JB, how much does a win like this speak to the identity this group has?
That's what it is. That win tonight was 100% a character and identity win. It speaks to the guys' willingness to do things and go places that other people aren't willing to do and ain't willing to go. And we got a locker room full of guys that'll do that. And, man down, over and over again, but everybody found a way to step up and contribute. Our energy from beginning to end was amazing. Our effort was unreal. The connectedness of the group, the conversations, the communications was high level, but just the fucking heart and spirit, was just, it was overwhelming, and you could feel it.
I know there's a lot of different guys, we could talk about and point out with that entire group, but Paul Reed and just the way he came out and performed, not even sure what question to ask, just wow.
Yeah, unreal. 28, 13, 6, 4. He was impactful all over the floor. He was elite communicating defensively for us. But again, it speaks to the character of the guys, the group, their willingness to share the game with them because he did have it going. And, he just didn't want to disappoint. And that's what it comes down to. He didn't want to let his teammates down. And he went out there and outworked everybody on the floor.
JB, another guy who had a really good night tonight, yet again, was Dennis Jenkins, stepping into a elevated role offensively, doing a lot of what he does with the Motor City Cruise. What did you just make of his disposition on both sides of the court tonight?
He's got an unwavering belief in his abilities. If you sit and talk to him, you can feel his presence as soon as he walks into the room. And it's not phony, you know what I mean? He is genuinely confident, but humble at the same time, and he's extremely talented. We've said it. We're lucky to have him here in the position that he's in. He's an NBA player. I think the league knows that, but we're lucky to have him here with us.
Coach, you kind of mentioned since training camp and preseason that you had a bunch of guys who were fighting for minutes. Obviously, they're doing it for themselves, but how much pride does it kind of give you to know that they're fighting like that for you as well?
It's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Every single day we go to work for each other. And that's the type of environment that we wanted to create here. We wanted to find people who believed in that as well. There is not a selfish bone in that locker room, on that staff, in this building. Everyone that's here is here doing something for somebody else, and that's the only thing that matters. And those are the type of people we'll continue to bring in. But that's the only thing, that we care about is, how do I do it for whoever's next to me and whoever's with me? And, our guys buy into it, they believe it, and, our staff tries to reciprocate that.
Coach, you had a win like this last year. I think it was against the Sixers on ESPN where it was 3, main starters out. I know you like to defer to, being humble and for the team, but is there any part of you that, kind of looks and embraces that as a challenge of, obviously you're not expecting to come lose, but is there any kind of internal feeling of okay, watch this, with your back against the wall because of situations?
Yeah, but these are the fun ones, I'll be honest with you. These are games that I do enjoy. When a lot of people say you can't, the challenge of accepting that, is always fun. But it doesn't start today, right? What we were able to do today started in August. The first time the group was together as a whole, and then through September and preseason, and the way that they worked, to build the cohesiveness and the chemistry that they have. That's what allows us to get today done. Not just showing up today and trying to say we're going to do something special. But what's brewing in that locker room is special.
Hey, Coach. I want to say is in the start of the third quarter, the Bulls opened it up on a 10-2 run. You called the timeout, and it seemed like that timeout kind of got the team going and stuff again. Can you just kind of share what you shared with the team in the huddle?
Yeah, we just needed to settle ourselves down. They came out, and obviously they were going to be aggressive. They were going to try to make a run. But we just needed to get back to doing the things that we do well and that we had been doing well. We needed to be better defensively for sure. But that's where it starts with us. And I know you get tired of hearing me say it, but whenever teams go on run, we have the trigger. And that just means we got to go be better defensively. And our guys understand that.
Yeah. And JB, can you just speak to the impact of guys like Duncan Robinson and 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗪, new to the team, played some impactful minutes tonight?
Yeah, I mean, both of those guys, were brought here for a reason. And I'll say it time and time again, like Trajan does an unbelievable job of finding people who can impact team and impact winning. And those two guys are exactly examples of that. They're high character guys, determined guys, guys who are competitive, willing to do whatever it takes to win, but do it in a team way. And it's never about them. So they fit in, but we're going to need them as long as the season goes on. The further and further we plan on going. Appreciate y'all.